Hello everybody, and welcome to another 180 Markets Weekly Round on a very short week here. Nevertheless, we did have a lot of capital raises, and that is because commodity prices have been rallying, but some people on our team think they may have gotten slightly ahead of themselves, Shaun.
Yeah, Greg, I was saying the whole week that gold eventually has to turn. Hitting 3,500, I think, on Tuesday, Wednesday. That's almost a 20% increase from where it was 2 to 3 weeks ago. For a big commodity like gold, that's a massive movement. I actually think our market wants a bit of a rest in the gold price now, a bit of a consolidation, see where it does consolidate, because current levels, obviously a bit better than where it was, but yeah, a nice sideways move before the next move up would be nice, but we never get what we want, do we?
No.
A few placements this week. We did mention, obviously not as many as last week, probably because of the amount of days, but I'm going to talk about a theme that we are actually seeing. Some placements, not all, are doing really well. And I think that's because the market fell so much. I'll give you some examples. Last week, BOT raised money at 33 cents. Botanics, it's a biotech, trading at 43 now. So investors that got that obviously are going to be really happy. TSO, another one. This is a little gold company. Had some great names taking up the placement. The placement was done at 2.4, currently trading at 3.2. So yeah, well done to those that took. And finally, Aruma, AAJ, a placement of 0.85 with options, trading at 1 cent. Obviously, those are just a few that have worked. There have been many that haven't, but it's good to see that if you are very selective, you can do really well. Hopefully, this week's raises do the same thing. Ariella, who hit the raise button this week?
Thanks, Shaun. We've seen GBA, a broker out in Sydney. They've been doing a lot of raises. It feels like a few a day at this point. They're raising money for PNN today with Peak Asset Management at 6 cents. They're raising $1 million. They also are raising for CNJ through a note, and NGS, which they raised for earlier this week, also through a note. So well done to the boys over there. We've also had TKM. They raised money this week, 5 cents a share, $3.5 million. Notable that the directors took up $250,000 themselves, Tony Leibowitz and John Young, some well-known names in the industry. And as well as that, PTN Cornerstone the raise for $500,000. So it was a non-broker raise, and they are going to use the money for their Christmas project, gold project out in WA.
The theme that we are currently seeing in the market is there's a lot of non-broker raises, and they are performing really well. So obviously these guys running companies are very well connected, and getting good names onto the registry is a big benefit, and they save their money on fees. So quite a few of them now we're watching pretty closely. The performance has been great.
That's right, and they also have obviously full control over the book because they know everyone that's coming in.
Right.
And most of the time as well, they're putting their skin in the game. They're putting their own money in, so it's great to see that even at these levels, when a lot of them have been hit hard over the past few weeks, that they're still backing their stories. Just to chat a little bit more about gold, just to add on a few things, a couple stocks that we were watching, obviously we do a lot of trading here for clients at 180. AMI and SBM, both are pretty interesting because they've moved over 50% increase since the gold price shifted from 3,000 to 3,500.
And that's just in 2 weeks.
That's right.
There's so much buying all of a sudden into these gold stocks, and hopefully a lot more to come.
Yeah, and we were speaking this morning as well, these overnight moves are becoming much larger. The gold price was moving $10 to $20 a night. Now it's moving in $50 to $100 chunks. So it's very interesting, uncertain times. No one knows what's going to happen, but we are seeing a little bit of profit taking. But as well as that, these gold companies are leveraging massively off the gold prices, redoing their studies to leverage the higher prices. All right, now we'll speak about some movers this week. IPT had a move yesterday after their announcement. Greg, you know the company quite well?
Yes, Managing Director Mike Jones taking advantage of the Australian bankruptcy court hearings and buying an asset out of administration. Well done, Mike, and obviously the share price is reacting.
Mike did give me a call a couple of weeks ago and told me not to call him a serial raiser on the show. So, Mike, you're not a serial raiser. You just raise a lot of capital.
Right.
Greg, RDS moved. I know you follow this one closely.
Yeah, Redstone, we know the company very well there. They're starting to drill a very deep copper hole. Let's hope for the best, but it is getting the market a bit excited.
Doubled on the news, so more than a bit.
That's right. And finally, to talk about DTR, they did 2 placements last week, both at a premium. And they're moving quite well. Finally, the market seems to have realised the price that they did their placement at.
Okay, everybody, well, on this short week, have a great long weekend. And now we'll settle in next week for really a big grind home.